Yo, what's up everyone? My name is Andrew Warren, and in today's video, we're going to be discussing some more positive news recently released on Tesla stock. And once again, like with yesterday's video, this will be a double feature. So including two different pieces of news, one is a little bit bigger than the other, but still I feel like both of these are relevant for discussion for today. One is about the Shanghai Gigafactory, and then the major news piece that we'll be discussing today is about battery production in Nevada. And of course, discussion of that in relation to expansion we'll likely be seeing sometime in 2021 especially. So as always, if y'all do enjoy the Tesla videos, please make sure to smash that like button. It really does help me out. And so the first news piece we will be covering today is going to be the big one. So like I said, this is all about an expansion in the Gigafactory in Nevada, in which that factory is of course all about battery production. And as we know, Tesla needs as many batteries as it can get right now. And I mentioned this in a previous video, but I think I saw recently an article that stated that Tesla would need at this rate pretty much every single battery in the world that they could get. So of course, in the spirit of Battery Day, we do have that happening on September 22nd. I just uploaded a video on that, but I really think Battery Day is going to be a huge event in terms of dealing with these supply constraints and dealing with this bottleneck, which of course is scaling the production of Tesla vehicles by producing more batteries, possibly producing their own battery cells as well, which I think is actually pretty likely because as we know, Tesla loves vertical integration and it only benefits them more in terms of scaling their business if they're able to produce things cheaper. And we know that Tesla doesn't mind fronting up the cost to save them money in the long term. So I think this is something that we could likely see out of Tesla. However, with this news piece, we are still seeing a continued collaboration with Panasonic as well. So we could see some vertical integration and then of course this partnership with Tesla and Panasonic. So I just want to preface this video really emphasizing the relevancy of batteries. And I'm actually kind of getting distracted because the market was steel, but now we're starting to see the after hours move upwards significantly at plus 4%. So that is a little bit distracting, but I love to see it. I love to see that. But like I said, I want to place a huge emphasis on why batteries are so important for Tesla. Of course, we need these being produced at large scale, and at this point in time, Tesla needs as much of it as they can get. And in the past that Elon Musk has said that he really wants to see a lot of people mining nickel. That's something that is in high demand for Tesla. So there is that discussion of could we see some possible vertical integration with Tesla starting its own mining company specifically for nickel. Honestly, I think that would be a high IQ play if it would turn out to be worth Tesla's money in terms of time and cost savings. So that is some possible vertical integration as well, but just keep in mind that the most expensive part of a Tesla is the battery, and a lot of the reasons that people find value in Tesla is because we know they're very efficient and effective with improving the cost on these batteries. So we have declining cost curves in which they have that average of a 5% increase in efficiency every year, and that of course is due to a lot of research and development and also them continuing on with this research and production. And as we know, vertical integration can help save on the cost of those batteries as well, which is one of the main reasons why I'm talking about producing batteries at scale and also referencing the idea of Tesla creating their own battery cells and also having a mining company to mine nickel. And that's just another reason why Tesla has such a huge advantage over the competition, because they're able to scale so much and have these cost savings because they're vertically integrated. They're not like a lot of these other companies that end up outsourcing things where they have to buy from other companies, and so they do it themselves. And Elon Musk just recently once again emphasized that they are basically just a dozen tech startups, and the benefit to that is that they're not just a one-trick pony. They're able to take risks and try new things that other companies are just not willing to take the risk to do. Tesla is not a company of complacent employees that just do business as usual. They have a revolutionary mindset and products and some of the best engineers in the world at the helm of this, including of course a great CEO like Elon Musk. So I just wanted to preface this video with the importance of batteries, and so that kind of just emphasizes why this news piece is so important, because we need a scaling of the battery business right now. It's hugely important for the future of Tesla, so this is certainly relevant. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into this article, and then I'll expand on it a little bit more after we read some quotes. So once again, this is an article by Electric and author Frederick Lambert. So of course, as always, we greatly appreciate this information as investors and fans. And so the article is titled "Tesla Gigafactory Nevada, Panasonic talks expansion with new production line. So according to this article, a recent quote by Carl Walton, who is the Vice President of Production Engineering and Facilities for Panasonic Energy of North America, recently stated this in the Reno Gazette-Journal. There's some construction work that needs to take place over the next couple of months. Then early next year, we'll be installing new equipment with production starting shortly after that. And so according to this article, this is in reference to the news piece talking about how there will be a 14th production line at the Nevada Gigafactory, and expectations are that it will increase capacity by around 10% at the Gigafactory in Nevada. And then Carl Walton also mentions the expansion will increase our staffing by about 100 positions. We're excited to continue our investment in the Northern Nevada community and our people here. And another quote was added by Carl Walton referencing the idea that equipment will be upgraded to produce a new battery cell with less cobalt. And this quote stated, that work is starting now, and we've already started to convert current equipment to be able to make those batteries for us. And so the article then mentions that there's been reports about a $100 million investment by Panasonic to make sure that production happens. And so, like I said earlier, this plays a huge role in the future of Tesla because every Tesla car needs batteries, and if there's a lack of supply for batteries, that is of course bad for Tesla. But when you have a lot of other startups around the world as well, that's when it really becomes an issue, because at that point it's not just Tesla scrambling over those batteries. And so one thing to address that's commonly stated by Tesla bears is that any company can actually just technically buy batteries from one of Tesla's suppliers. However, where Tesla has the huge advantage is the way that they organize those battery cells, and the way they deal with the thermodynamics, and the way their engineers build products to make sure that those batteries are more efficient, and how they can maximize its capabilities. So like I said previously, all of this is just simply important because it enables Tesla to scale their business even further and meet the demand that we are seeing right now with, of course, the Model 3 and then the rising demand of the Model Y as well. So this is very huge in itself, although it may not seem super interesting because we're talking about batteries here, but I think it's definitely relevant to the topic of Battery Day, of course. And then also, like I mentioned earlier, I still think it's very possible that we see Tesla announcing that they will be creating their own battery cells. And next up, we have the last news piece of today, the second news piece, which isn't as big as what we just talked about there with the Gigafactory in Nevada, and of course them adding to the battery production lines and things like that. But this is still relevant in the sense that we are seeing some huge demand right now and some really impressive production out of the Shanghai Gigafactory. So this is all about Tesla Shanghai, and this is a picture of the parking lot on September 10th. So let's go ahead and check this out, and then I'll talk about it in just a second. So this is a tweet by user BenTV_SH. So of course, as always, we appreciate this information in these images. But this states September 10th, Gigafactory 3 parking lot scene. Obviously, this week's production capacity has improved again. So what will the sales volume in August be? And then after that, it says hashtag Tesla Model 3, hashtag Tesla China, Shanghai Tesla, etc. And so, like I said, this is all about the Model 3 Gigafactory production in Shanghai. And it does question what will the sales volume in August be. Just keep in mind this was actually announced recently. We saw a 7% increase in the Model 3 sales from July to August, and I think August was somewhere near 12,000 vehicles. I can't remember the number exactly, but it was like 11,000 something. But as you can see from this image right here, we just have Model 3s all over the place. We have them loaded onto trucks, and they're just absolutely everywhere. The parking lot is loaded down with them. So as we can see from this picture and just inferring from this, we are seeing production just totally ramp up in Shanghai. We saw the numbers increase from July to August, and then we also have construction on phase 2 of the Shanghai Gigafactory actually being ahead of schedule, and we're talking like really ahead of schedule. I think an article recently stated that we could see Model Y production starting in possibly as early as November compared to what the timeline was, which was like early Q1 of 2021. So we're already seeing a ton of progress with the Shanghai Gigafactory. And as you all know, I have to admit the Shanghai Gigafactory is probably my favorite Gigafactory so far, just because of the fact that we are seeing so much progress out of it, and they are able to really maximize efficiency and expedite production at a level we've never really seen before. And the impressive thing on top of that is so far the feedback on the quality has been really good. So of course, sometimes like in America, you'll have of course production increasing, but there's commonly like complaints about the quality control and things like that. Whereas with the Shanghai Gigafactory and the Model 3s, so far there's been really positive feedback about the quality, and they're actually saying the quality is really good. So honestly, you all know I'm a big fan of the Shanghai Gigafactory just because they continue to impress me with the things that they're doing. And when it comes to the construction timelines, the production numbers, every single aspect, it seems like they're just dominating and beating expectations. So that's one of the reasons why I would really love to see another factory in China, because if Tesla really wants to advance this transition and basically make sure they are the dominant company in the future, then I think it would be a good idea to use some of that money from that most recent $5 billion share offering and start working on another factory in China, because if they really want to get production ramped up, then that's the way to do it, because China so far has just proven themselves to be the fastest in terms of production and also be really efficient as well, which is exactly what Tesla loves. So anyways, I just wanted to share some of these news pieces with you all today. And of course, as always, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to smash that like button. It really does help me out. And also, feel free to sign up to Robinhood and Webull in the description below. If you sign up with my link, you'll get some free stocks. And especially with Webull right now, you can get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,400 if you use my referral link and deposit $100 into your account. And keep in mind, you can take that $100 right back out after you get your free stocks. So it's basically just free money, nice passive income. But just want to let you all know about that. But I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week.